Jayne Mansfield didn't stumble into scandal. She engineered it with a precision that made her one of Hollywood's most notorious self-promoters. In the 1950s and early 60s, Mansfield turned controversy into a finely tuned publicity machine, outmaneuvering even her most famous contemporaries. While others relied on studio campaigns, she took control of her own narrative, ensuring that her name was never far from the headlines. Her so-called wardrobe malfunctions were anything but accidental. Insiders claim Mansfield meticulously timed these incidents for maximum exposure, making sure photographers were always in the right place to capture every provocative moment. These stunts often generated more press than her actual film roles, cementing her reputation as a master of spectacle. Mansfield also became infamous for crashing Hollywood parties, arriving uninvited in jaw-dropping outfits that guaranteed all eyes and cameras were on her. Her surprise appearance at Frank Sinatra's private dinner in 1958 famously overshadowed the event itself, further fueling her legend as a publicity genius. Behind the scenes, Mansfield was methodical and strategic. She leaked fabricated stories about affairs with powerful men and delivered risque photos directly to editors, always keeping the gossip mill churning. Some biographers suggest she even tracked which rumors gained the most traction, refining her tactics to maximize attention. By the early 1960s, Mansfield had transformed herself from an aspiring actress into a household name, not through her roles, but through relentless, calculated spectacle. Her legacy endures as a testament to the power of self-invention and the enduring allure of controversy in Hollywood. Joan Crawford didn't just survive Hollywood's golden age, she mastered it. In the 1930s and 40s, while most stars relied on studio publicity machines, Crawford seized control of her own image with surgical precision. Her infamous feud with Bette Davis wasn't just personal, it was strategic. Crawford timed her most biting remarks to coincide with major film releases, ensuring maximum press attention. During the filming of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, in 1962, she allegedly collaborated with gossip columnists to amplify every on-set disagreement, turning minor tensions into headline drama. Crawford's manipulation of the media extended well beyond rivalries. She cultivated close ties with entertainment journalists, feeding them curated stories about her personal life. Her adoption of 4 children between 1940 and 1947 drew widespread positive coverage, with some speculating the timing was designed to soften her image during career transitions. She was also a master of the stage encounter, frequently spotted at Hollywood hotspots in a carefully chosen company. Her reinventions, from flapper to dramatic leading lady, always seemed to align perfectly with her latest roles, suggesting a deliberate strategy rather than organic evolution. Even her wardrobe choices at premieres were rumored to be calculated, creating just enough stir to dominate entertainment columns without veering into scandal. Crawford's approach was meticulous: generate intrigue, steer the story, and always stay one step ahead of the narrative. August 31st, 1948 marked the night Robert Mitchum's marijuana arrest became one of Hollywood's most calculated image reinventions. When Los Angeles police pulled the rugged actor from a Laurel Canyon party, most stars would have scrambled to contain the fallout. Mitchum's team, however, took a radically different approach. The arrest jeopardized everything. RKO Studios suspended their rising star, and morality clauses loomed large. But instead of damage control, Mitchum's camp leaned into the scandal, crafting one of classic Hollywood's boldest PR plays, turning legal trouble into a career-defining moment. His now iconic mugshots, featuring a smirking, unbothered expression, became the centerpiece of his rebellious persona. These images flooded newspapers, casting him as Hollywood's most unapologetic anti-hero. The strategy worked. Mitchum's notoriety became his brand. Insiders claim his publicists fed the press embellished tales of wild nights and smoky jazz clubs, giving reporters exactly what they wanted. Mitchum played along, delivering memorable one-liners about his substance-related incident with theatrical cool. "The only difference between me and my fellow actors is that I've spent more time in jail," he quipped, sealing his outlaw image. The gamble paid off. Fan mail surged from admirers who saw him as refreshingly real in a town of polished facades. His films drew larger audience, and his rebellious aura became his signature. Mitchum had pulled off the unthinkable. He turned scandal into stardom, proving that controversy, when handled with swagger, could be a golden ticket. Tallulah Bankhead didn't just tolerate scandal. She orchestrated it with a sense of theatricality that set her apart from her peers. In the 1930s and 40s, while other stars scrambled to hide their indiscretions, Bankhead flaunted hers, turning her private life into public spectacle. She often preempted gossip by sharing her own stories directly with columnists, casually discussing her romantic escapades and substance use in interviews. Her bluntness shocked audiences and ensured she remained a fixture in the media, her name never far from the headlines. At parties, Bankhead was notorious for staging dramatic scenes, public arguments, stormy exits, and flamboyant declarations that guaranteed next-day coverage in the gossip columns. On film sets, her outbursts and unpredictable behavior were often timed to coincide with movie promotions, blurring the line between performance and publicity. She understood that in Hollywood, attention was currency, and she spent it lavishly. Bankhead also cultivated close relationships with top gossip writers, feeding them exclusive scoops and ensuring her version of events dominated the narrative. Even as her film career waned in the 1950s, she doubled down on controversy, embracing her reputation as Hollywood's wildest personality. For Bankhead, being unforgettable mattered far more than being universally adored. Her legacy is a testament to the power of self-mythologizing and the enduring allure of a star who refused to play by anyone else's rules. In a town obsessed with image, Bankhead proved that scandal, when wielded with wit and bravado, could be the ultimate form of control. Marlene Dietrich didn't just challenge Hollywood norms, she dismantled them with calculated precision. In the early 1930s, she began wearing men's suits to public events, fully aware that her androgynous style would send shockwaves through the press. Dietrich often tipped off photographers in advance, ensuring that her bold fashion choices made headlines and sparked conversation. Her refusal to conform to traditional standards of femininity set her apart from her contemporaries and established her as a true iconoclast. Her romantic life was equally enigmatic and deliberately orchestrated. Dietrich never confirmed nor denied rumors of affairs with both men and women, instead cultivating an air of mystery that kept the public and press endlessly intrigued. She would arrive at events with a rotating cast of companions, offering just enough ambiguity to fuel speculation without ever providing concrete answers. This carefully managed ambiguity became a hallmark of her public persona, allowing her to control the narrative while maintaining her allure. Rather than fade as Hollywood's taste shifted, Dietrich's cultivated mystique kept her relevant for decades. Her image, an intoxicating blend of glamour, defiance, and ambiguity, became her most powerful asset. She understood that controversy, when skillfully managed, could be a career's most enduring foundation. Dietrich's legacy is a testament to the power of self-invention and the enduring appeal of mystery. By turning her life into a carefully choreographed performance, she proved that in Hollywood, the most lasting stars are those who write their own rules and never let the world see behind the curtain. George Raft became one of Hollywood's most enigmatic figures by expertly blurring the line between fiction and reality. In the 1930s and 40s, he allowed rumors of mob ties to swirl unchecked, crafting a persona that kept both audiences and studio heads on edge. Rather than deny the whispers, Raft seemed to encourage them, understanding that a hint of danger could be his greatest asset. He was frequently seen at high-profile nightclubs, often in the company of known underworld figures. These public appearances created photo ops that fueled endless speculation, making him appear almost indistinguishable from the gangsters he portrayed on screen. This mystique only heightened his appeal, drawing moviegoers who were fascinated by the possibility that Raft's on-screen menace might be rooted in real life. Raft's romantic life was equally strategic. Publicized flings with starlets like Betty Grable kept his name in the gossip columns, reinforcing his image as a dangerous heartthrob. Each rumored affair added another layer to his carefully constructed persona, ensuring he remained a topic of conversation both on and off the set. When contract disputes arose, Raft's reputation gave him leverage. His clashes with studio executives became public spectacles, painting him as a defiant artist unwilling to be tamed by the Hollywood system. This rebellious image only increased his market value, making him even more desirable to studios seeking a star with genuine edge. Some insiders believe Raft actively fed stories to the press, ensuring his name stayed in circulation. By the 1950s, the line between his real life and his screen roles had blurred so thoroughly that even Hollywood insiders struggled to tell them apart. Raft's legacy endures as a masterclass in image manipulation, where myth and man became one. Mae West didn't just survive scandal, she choreographed it, transforming controversy into her own unique brand of showmanship. While other stars ducked negative press, West embraced it with theatrical flair, turning every headline into a marketing opportunity that kept her name in lights. Her blueprint for fame emerged in 1926 with the Broadway play Sex. West not only wrote and starred in the production, but also promoted it herself, fully aware that its provocative content would attract attention. When authorities shut the play down and arrested her for indecency in 1927, the resulting media frenzy catapulted her from relative obscurity to national stardom. Rather than shy away from the scandal, West used it to her advantage, cementing her reputation as a fearless provocateur. West's mastery of publicity became legendary. She crafted outrageous one-liners and repeated them across interviews, turning phrases like, "Why don't you come up sometime and see me?" into cultural touchstones. These weren't off-the-cuff remarks, they were carefully curated sound bites designed to reinforce her persona as Hollywood's witty, unapologetic seductress. She also leaned into rumors about her romantic life, especially with much younger co-stars. Whether true or not, these stories helped maintain her image as an ageless, irresistible figure, defying Hollywood's ageist norms. Some believe she even encouraged such whispers, understanding that a little mystery and scandal kept her persona alive in the public imagination. By the mid-1930s, West's controversies had made her one of the industry's most bankable stars. Studios may have initially balked at her reputation, but they couldn't argue with the profits. Her career proved that in Hollywood, notoriety could be just as valuable, if not more so, than critical acclaim. Errol Flynn didn't just attract scandal, he embraced it. The swashbuckling star of the 1930s and 40s seemed to understand that notoriety could be more enduring than virtue. Flynn's Beverly Hills mansion became legendary for its raucous parties, drawing Hollywood's elite and the occasional gossip columnist. These decadent gatherings cemented his image as a charismatic rogue, a persona he appeared to relish. His rumored romances with stars like Olivia de Havilland and Linda Darnell often made headlines, sometimes with a little help from studio publicists. Whether true or exaggerated, these tales kept Flynn in the public eye. During World War II, whispers of Nazi sympathies dogged him, which he denied. While damaging, the controversy only deepened the intrigue surrounding him. Flynn seemed to grasp that mystery and scandal could be more compelling than a spotless reputation. His 1943 statutory attack trial became a media circus. Though acquitted, the phrase "in like Flynn" entered the cultural lexicon, cementing his legacy. Rather than derail his career, the trial elevated his mythos, proof that in old Hollywood, infamy could be a career asset. Ava Gardner rewrote the rules of celebrity by refusing to play by them. In the tightly controlled world of the 1940s and 50s studio system, Gardner's radical honesty became her most powerful tool. While most stars were carefully managed by publicists and studios, Gardner broke the mold with her refusal to hide her flaws or conform to Hollywood's expectations. Her fiery relationship with Frank Sinatra in the early 1950s played out in public, with their explosive arguments and passionate reconciliations becoming tabloid staples. Instead of hiding the drama, Gardner leaned into it, giving candid interviews that shocked an industry built on illusion and carefully crafted personas. She didn't shy away from discussing her tumultuous love life, her struggles with drinking, or her multiple marriages. This unfiltered approach became her signature, branding her as Hollywood's unapologetic rebel and setting her apart from her more polished peers. While other stars worked tirelessly to suppress unflattering stories and maintain a pristine image, Gardner did the opposite. She openly discussed her unconventional lifestyle, her mistakes, and her vulnerabilities. Some believe her openness was more calculated than it appeared. By embracing controversy and refusing to be shamed by it, Gardner ensured she remained a fixture in gossip columns and the public imagination, while others faded from view. Her strategy proved that in a town obsessed with image, authenticity, especially the messy, complicated kind, could be the ultimate form of control. Gardner's legacy endures as a testament to the power of radical honesty in an industry built on fantasy. Sophia Loren's ascent in the 1950s wasn't just about talent, it was about mastering the art of scandal navigation. The Italian actress found herself at the center of a media storm when she became romantically involved with married producer Carlo Ponti, 22 years her senior. The relationship sparked international headlines and legal complications, but Loren's response revealed her savvy. Rather than retreat, she maintained a poised public presence that kept her name in constant circulation. The bigamy charges in 1957, when Italian authorities questioned Ponti's Mexican divorce, only amplified her global profile. Her appearances at film festivals became iconic. Her boat arrival at Cannes wasn't just glamorous, it was a calculated spectacle that dominated front pages. These weren't accidental moments of allure. They were meticulously timed performances designed for maximum media impact. Loren's rumored rivalry with fellow Italian star Gina Lollobrigida also played into her publicity strategy. The press eagerly covered their supposed competition, with Loren emerging as the more internationally recognized figure. Her candid interviews about her impoverished Neapolitan upbringing added emotional depth to her image, crafting a compelling rags-to-riches narrative. By blending controversy with authenticity, Loren turned potential scandal into a foundation for enduring fame. Her story proved that, with the right approach, even the most personal challenges could be transformed into cinematic legend. Lana Turner understood that in Hollywood, tragedy could be more marketable than triumph. By the late 1950s, her star was dimming, but her publicity team had other plans. Turner's appearances at nightclubs were often pre-arranged with photographers, ensuring glamorous coverage. Her romantic life, filled with dramatic highs and lows, was fed to the press with precision. Her most infamous moment came in 1958, when her daughter Cheryl Crane fatally stabbed Turner's abusive boyfriend, Johnny Stompanato. Rather than retreat, Turner's team reframed the tragedy as a story of maternal devotion and survival. The media narrative painted Turner as a protective mother caught in a harrowing situation. Sympathy poured in, and her career saw a resurgence. Some speculate her team had long prepared to spin any crisis into a comeback. In the end, the darkest chapter of her life became her most powerful publicity tool. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. Also consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get notified of our new videos each week. Thanks for watching.